Hello, dear viewers, and welcome to a new edition of Business Insider. Tonight, we'll be talking about the state's efforts in digital transformation here in Egypt and to power up developments through technology. A lot of efforts in this regard as part of Egypt's state vision for the year 2030 and as part of achieving sustainable development goals. And we'll be doing this in the company of our dear guest with us here in the studio, Engineer Amany Shenawy, and she is a board member of NGO and civil society organizations. She's also a technology and development expert, originally a chemical engineer. A very good evening to you, Engineer Amany. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
And as always, please allow us, dear viewers, first to watch a report about our main topic for tonight and then come back and start our discussion. Please stay with us.
Egypt has a clear strategy for its digital transformation and cloud computing, which encouraged Hawaii Cloud to launch the first public cloud in the Middle East and North Africa region, Cairo region in Egypt in May. Earlier in April, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi had inaugurated the country's first government data and cloud computing center, otherwise known as a data hub, emphasizing the country's commitment to significant advancements in information technology. According to Minister of Information Technology during his speech at the inauguration, the new data hub will serve as the central repository for all ministry data, fortified against cyber threats and unauthorized access. Situated along Ain al-Sokhna Highway, the center spans 23,500 square meters with 10 square meters designated for current infrastructure and the remainder reserved for future expansions. The state spent billions of dollars in order to prepare an integrated infrastructure, and the government data and cloud computing center's launch will highlight Egypt's technological progress, explained the president during his speech. The center will drive the integration of artificial intelligence technology across the government operations by offering the artificial intelligence and data analysis applications for decision-making at every level. It will also function as a centralized national data and disaster recovery center, ensuring self-management, operational efficiency, and privacy for critical projects like smart ports, streamlining import and export processes. President Sisi stressed the necessity of strong infrastructure investments, acknowledging the significant costs incurred for the center's establishment, emphasizing its pivotal role in propelling Egypt towards comprehensive modernization in an ever-evolving global landscape. In 2023, the president stated that he wouldn't be exaggerating to say that for the comprehensive modernization of the government district, providing highly advanced capabilities for the Egyptian state, whether through the establishment of data centers, the part hosting at least 50,000 state employees, secure networks, or other facilities, the cost has reached approximately £100 billion.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Thanks to Abir Hussein and Rasha Abdel Hamid for this report. And back here with our dear guest, Engineer Amany Shenawy, board member of NGO and civil society organizations and technology and development expert. Engineer Amany, Egypt's state efforts are relentless in trying to upgrade the communications sector, the technology sector, to achieve digital transformation as a whole in Egypt across the country. Talk to us about some of these efforts and how far have they gone and how far they've achieved.
This subject is very important for countries and for developing our country. Egypt took wide steps in different directions to support the digital transformation and the technology-based decision-making in our country. The first, a very important point is to have a very fast internet. And that's what our government did, our Ministry of Communication. We started with the main nerve of the whole transformation, which was the fiber internet, the fiber connection.
A lot of investments in this area.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of investments and a lot of transformation in everywhere using the internet to use the fiber network.
And how far have we gone in that direction? I mean, how much of Egypt is covered with fast internet?
Egypt is covered with fast internet all over.
As a whole?
Yes, and this helps a lot to decrease the extreme poverty. This happened in some countries that when they had the 3G, the extreme poverty decreased a lot. It decreased 14% in Senegal, decreased 8% in Nigeria. That was a very important part to have very fast internet, mobile internet, the 3G and the 4G that we already have, and the fiber network.
It's amazing how everything is connected. I mean, so you're telling us here that a fast internet serves sustainable development goals, including, combating poverty or, improving economic status and so on. And preventing potential disasters as well. Sure, a slow internet could lead to disasters, I guess.
This is true. The world is having wide steps as a smart world. We can tell that the word smart, if you find out that in the past we used to have slow internet, have operating systems for our PCs, our personal computers, which were very large, and before that the computers were larger. We took a wide steps until we had the smartphones, and now it's getting smarter with the networks, the very fast networks, and all the digital transformation happening all around due to having very fast internet. We're having wide steps towards digital transformation.
Right. So I guess a slow internet or an internet that is not secure against hacking, for instance, could cause major problems.
This is true.
In today's world, yeah.
The internet security, cyber security is very important, and the laws governing our usage of all this is very important, including the personal data protection, the personal data security, the laws governing your being the owner of a certain creative app or a certain article that you put on the internet. There are a lot of laws and rules governing all this.
Yeah, and how effective are these laws in Egypt in providing security for internet users as a whole?
We have all the laws are there and they are applied. Your private personal data is secure. If you have your internet hacked, it's easy to to let your
To retrieve,
internet, yes, to
Yeah.
retrieve it and to be your banks, your account banks, your bank accounts, your article, even the article that you put, your personal social media, everything is secured by law, and it is applied because we have our government is governing the laws and to be applied.
Good. Now, Engineer Amany, as part of the state's efforts to achieve digital transformation and to upgrade the technology sector, the government fosters and sponsors and encourages innovation in this field. Can you tell us about that?
In Egypt, we have our big project that the Ministry of Communication is working on with the state is the Digital Egypt. Digital Egypt has a strategy with three main points. First one is having all our governmental services digitalized, and they are there as platforms. The second thing is having the youth study well and be ready for the jobs they are going to take in big companies and entities. The third thing is the creativity and having entrepreneurs graduating from graduating from the universities, especially that we have a university specialized in data now.
Okay. And Engineer Amany, can you tell us about how this helps in job creation? I mean, all of these efforts, how do they provide the very important element of, you know, combating unemployment, creating jobs, offering jobs for the youth?
In certain years back, you can find that job opportunities were little, especially for newly graduated engineers, for example. Now, having the universities specialized in data, and the engineers can have studies that take 4 months. It's a scholarship made by the Ministry of Communication. After this scholarship, after they take the studies, they can work in the apps for mobiles, or creating software for use of the companies, and they can sell it. We have also the incubators that are incubating companies. They are incubating the ideas of graduates, giving them the mentorship and giving them the tools in order to open their own businesses. Of course, they have to be trained in order to make their business successful. And the digit that I heard is at the last months we had 400 companies already opened and ready to work and ready to be given their income in foreign currency, and they really help a lot in the international markets, and they gain their living through having their companies successful.
Engineer Amany, surely a part of the goal of upgrading the IT sector that is to enhance the quality of life. So what can you tell us about that? How has these efforts in Egypt enhance the quality of life for Egyptians? The efforts by the, for instance, the telecommunications and IT ministry.
If we're talking about having a better education, if we're talking about having the internet for education, kids in schools are having platforms that they can go through and have their studies, and they can solve questions and get assessed through the internet. This is done for kids in children and for people who are in the universities. Getting the curriculum, having the curriculum being digitalized and having digital tools in their curriculum makes them gain their, have their job opportunities and gain money when they grow up. And having also the Internet of Things, like the Internet of Health, makes our life better. Now you can have the Internet of Health, knowing that your health is okay, or you need to have a checkup concerning your blood pressure, you're having a little fever. The Internet of Things can help and detect all this and make it easier, and makes time less for people to instead of going to the clinics, and every now and then we can have everything made faster.
Indeed. I guess the smart new administrative capital, Engineer Amany, is proof that Egypt, can do it all when it comes to technology. So tell us about what's going on in the new administrative capital, this new smart city, and about smart cities in Egypt in general, that concept, that relatively new concept for us here in Egypt, but I guess also something that proves that Egypt can do it when it comes to IT.
What I most like about the item that we're talking about, the digital transformation, is that we're talking about the smart things in life. The smart mobiles, the smart cities. Now we're having in Egypt smart cities. The new administrative capital is a very good example of a very smart village, very smart city that is planned using the artificial intelligence and having everything in the right place, and all the buildings, all the ecosystem, all the greenery around, all the internet connections, the fast ones, everything is accessible according to the most modern and smart villages in the world. So people working there and the companies working there are working in a very good atmosphere for business and for investments. It's very good to have a big company in the smart village, in the smart city of the new administrative capital. The transportation there is smart. Everything is in the city is smart and clean. So it is a very good environment for having good investments and good work, good business, and connections with the whole world.
Yes. Engineer Amany, can you tell us about the current investments in this field and the future planned investments, such as, for instance, supporting the study centers, the private study centers, and things that are related to education, or other investments?
Egypt, as a youthful country, we're having a potential of big investments in youth because this is the future. Always the future is calculated according to the average age of people in the country, and we are a youthful one, health and education. In order to help the youth have good education, we are having private centers for studies in order to graduate good graduates for the field of IT and the field of programming, the field of creating apps. Now this is one of the main points of the strategy of Digital Egypt, is giving good studies for the youth and allowing them to have good job opportunities, and this is another investment that we're having very well educated youth, and they are ready for the market to work in the big companies around, or to be entrepreneurs and have their own business, and these are 2 points from the strategy of Digital Egypt.
Before we proceed further, Engineer Amany, allow me to ask you this question. What are the obstacles facing digital transformation efforts in Egypt? And is there enough awareness among the public of the urgency, the need, the necessity of full digital transformation, or is there resistance from, I don't know, the elderly generation, the less educated part of society? You tell me, please.
Digital transformation went through steps in Egypt. It's always wise to start with digitization. When you digitize everything and have everything done instead of manually, I mean, instead of you're having a table, you're having an Excel sheet. At the beginning, of course, the one who was working on the manual table will tell you, I'm doing it fine, it's fine this way. When he tries, or she tries, the digitized Excel sheet, he will transform gradually. Now that you digitized your work, you're having PDF instead of paper, you're having Word files instead of writing your article with a pen. All this should be transformed to clouds in order to have it used by everyone. So now you're having everything shared. People will get used to that. Then you'll have your transformation in extracting your data and having your dashboards, having your statistics. All this will make people more and more happy with the digital transformation. So it goes in steps, and it needs that you persuade everything that this step is better, then take them to the other step.
It takes time, I understand.
It takes time.
So how far have we gone? I mean, is there still resistance, or has everybody now, or almost everyone in society, realized that this is something necessary?
Well, with all this awareness and the awareness that the paper is not a good thing to use, and it's not good for the environment, and with all the fast access of the data and the sharing it with everyone on clouds, people are now, they left the manual, most of the companies left the manual work, and everyone is working on the apps, and it is transformed, and the data is transformed. If you can see entities like clubs sport clubs, they are having now internet and having their data, their PCs. Everyone is having a PC and working on it. Even on the mobile, people are working and having the data driven from the cloud directly and fast, in a fast way. So it's getting popular in Egypt, and everybody is transformed.
Okay, good. So can you tell us about the steps of building the digital backbone? I'm sure there are steps. Tell us about what has been achieved and what we need to do in the future as part of the digital infrastructure that we have here in Egypt, or the digital backbone.
As you said, our digital backbone is the nerve is the fiber internet. This is the first internet that took us steps ahead. Of course, having awareness among people that they have to go and learn how to use the apps, how to use the Excel sheets instead of using papers, how to get educated, how to even learn. It's not necessary to go somewhere to learn. You can learn through the internet, through videos, through
yes, distance learning. Yeah.
Yes, and through the manuals, the digital manuals.
And I guess COVID-19 or the coronavirus pandemic speeded up this process.
Yes, of course. Although it was a very bad era, but it benefited in many areas that the people knew that they can make everything online. And this takes us steps to transforming our thinking that we have to meet in order to work together. Now people work together from distances, people from different countries. So it's good in many ways. It's good that it even saves electricity in companies. You don't have to have the building working all the day, the AC is working all the day in a big building of a certain company, because you have half people working from home today and the other half tomorrow. It's better for transportation, for traffic jams, and having all the people in the streets in the same time going to work or going back from work.
Very important points that you mentioned, really, Engineer Amany. What about skills development programs, their importance in, again, achieving this tech revolution, if we can label it so, here in Egypt, the skills development programs?
Skills development programs for youth and for grown-ups will make them use the internet better and use their skills better, so they can have better jobs according to the digital transformation strategy, or digital Egypt strategy. It's very important to have the skills better and achieving high standards of skills, and having the creativity, people creative, and you discover the creativity through the incubators.
Right. I want to go back to the Digital Egypt project that you talked about, because surely there are a lot of benefits from that project, including overcoming bureaucracy, or saving time, or raising transparency. Tell us about these points and more, please. This is true.
Yeah. The first point in the Digital Egypt strategy is having all the governmental services transformed into platforms. So instead of going to pay your taxes, you pay your taxes online. Instead of knowing what the the fees that you owe to the government in any area.
Yeah,
you can know
electricity bill or
or the
or traffic fines.
Traffic, yes. You speed it up so you have your fee, that the dues that you have to pay online. So all the governmental services are transformed into platforms that are user-friendly. This is very important, that people open the platform. Yes.
Use and easy access.
Easy use. And it's, of course, it's better for people to have their money. You're not having cash, so it's very dangerous to have a lot of cash and move with thousands of pounds to go to pay your dues or your fees somewhere. So everything is from the bank to the
concerned institution.
Yes,
let's say,
to the concerned institution, and this, of course, decreases the time you take to make all this effort, and it decreases bureaucracy, and it increases the transparency, because everyone is treated like the other by the internet, by the online platform. It's really a very good experience people are having in Egypt.
Sure. Financial inclusion through mobile money. That's an important element of digital transformation. What can you tell us about that element?
We're having a lot of initiatives in Egypt. If we can have an example of the initiatives of the Ministry of Social Solidarity, people have, through this initiative, they register in the platform, and they have their case there in the database, and some of them are receiving money from the ministry monthly. This is mobile money that goes to them through the mobiles or their bank accounts. So this is financial inclusion, that you include everyone and you make everyone have bank accounts. And even people who don't have bank accounts, with all this digitalization, they can use the mobile money in order to receive money or pay money. Now you're having everything is online. This is financial inclusion.
Engineer Amany, all of this is not going to happen if there isn't a partnership between the public and the private sector. So what about that important element again?
The partnerships are very important nowadays, and it makes everything bigger. It makes the impact much more bigger than if everyone is working alone. So you're having the public or the governmental institutes having a lot of plans, and having the plan to the strategic plan to go through and to execute. You have to have partnerships with the private sectors in order to help you in maybe in less not less important, but in smaller tasks. If everyone has the task, and you at the end you're having all the map and all the plan done. So partnership is very important between the public sector or the government and the private sector and the NGOs too.
Sure. And of course you're an NGO member. Does this sector need a lot of investments, or is it, you know, like for instance an agricultural or industrial sector, or does the technology sector need more, you know, innovation, creativity, and not necessarily a lot of money like, for instance, agriculture or industry?
it needs a lot of money in the infrastructure and in investing in people, in the universities, in having the students study, and in the awareness campaigns. It has, yes, it takes a lot of money, but it also has a lot of benefits and have a lot of returns. Because
sure.
If you...
So most of the investment goes to the human capital, what we call the human capital.
At the beginning,
a large bulk at least.
Yes, at the beginning, of course, it goes for the backbone, our fiber internet, and all the
cables and
yes.
Wireless, I don't know.
And everything, our monthly...
This imaginary world.
Yes, and everyone pays monthly fees for using the internet. And it goes for the institutes and the universities, and for the youth who have companies, and all these companies need investments, and of course they are well trained in the incubators in order to have, and in the universities in order to have their business successful.
You know, I don't know if we mentioned the AI in the episode so far or not, artificial intelligence, because there isn't a single episode that I've done of Business Insider, I believe, where AI hasn't been mentioned. I don't really remember if we mentioned it earlier, but can you tell us, Engineer Amany, the relationship between digital transformation and AI?
The artificial intelligence is now important in every area. As a smart and getting smarter world, depending on the artificial intelligence, makes everything more accurate. If we're talking about the design of a smart city with the AI, with using the AI, it's different than with not using. If we talk about building an article, if you use the AI, you will have at the beginning a different way of writing your article. Of course, you will do a lot of corrections and a lot of putting inputs into the article, but if you used the AI or asked the AI to help you, you will have a very smart assistant. So the artificial intelligence is used in completely different things, in the health, in education, in all the areas nowadays.
And certainly the goal is to have a higher quality for all citizens, and to boost the economy, and for the improvement of the quality of life. This is a big subject. I think, dear viewers, that we need more episodes to tackle it. But for now, unfortunately, our time is up. On behalf of you, dear viewers, we thank very much our dear guest with us here in the studio, Engineer Amany Shenawy, the chemical engineer and the development and technology expert. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, dear viewers, for watching Business Insider. Good night.